What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. Salute to everyone that's in the building right now. If y'all can hear me, please drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I see the ones. I see the ones. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to everyone in the building, man. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross, of course. Man, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to all of the visionaries, man. Shout out to all the new supporters. Shout out to all the new supporters. Shout out to all my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to everyone, man. We got another great show lined up for you guys. This is episode six of the Spiritual Tax series. We will get into it today. We got a show for y'all today, man. This is going to be interesting. We're going to go through a couple of videos. We're going to go through a couple of articles because there's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. And whether we believe it or not, a lot of this stuff that's going on is spiritual, man. A lot of this stuff is spiritual. A lot of this stuff is going on for a reason. It's not by accident. It's not by coincidence. A lot of this stuff is happening because of spiritual reasons. We're going to get into it today. We're going to get into it. All right. So let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. We're going to shout everyone out, but make sure y'all support the show. Support the show. Hit the like button, hit the share button. The donation links are going across the screen. Please support the show at PayPal, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, or at Venmo at Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Sorry, we do not accept Cash App. The super chat is open as well. Also, y'all can make sure y'all grab y'all memberships. All right. Support the show, y'all. We're going to get into it today. Y'all know how we do. I know how we do. So let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building. And let's get into it. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. Peace, Mark. Shout out to Mark McJoy on the pull up. Shout out to Miss Rain and Woman in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. One of my top lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to you, Miss Rain and Woman. Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute, salute. Shout out to OG Sonny Blanco in the building. What up, Sonny? What's going on, man? Salute. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Shout out to my man Fierce Soul in the building. What up, Fierce Soul? Salute, my brother. Salute. Salute. Shout out to Running Warrior in the building. Salute, fam. Salute. Shout out to Young Reyes. What's up, Young Reyes? What's going on, man? Shout out to the Cynical One, another one of my top lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. We are 2 for 2 thus far. Shout out to you, Sin. Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Zaire in the building. Good to see you, Zaire. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man B Dolo. What up, B Dolo? What's going on? Shout out to my man Shots in the building. What up, Shots? Salute, salute. Shout out to Shots in the building. Hey, Keita T. Shout out to Miss Keita T. We 3 for 3 on the lovely lady Maz today. Shout out to Miss Keita T on the pull up. Good to see you. Shout out to my man Third in the building. Salute Third. What's good, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to Miss Bridget in the building. What's going on, Bridget? Good to see you. See who else in the building before we get into it. Mel Saint on the pull up. What up, Mel? What's going on, man? Peace. Shout out to Miss Queen Shay in the building. Hey, Queen Shay. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Gemini in the building. What up, Gemini? Good afternoon, my brother. What's up, May? How you doing, May Kodesh? Shalom to you. Good to see you. Appreciate the pull up. Shout out to Miss Jasmine M in the building. Hey, Jasmine. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jasmine MTV. Sigma Boy. What's good, Sigma Boy? What's going on? What's up, Bugsy? What's going on? What's going on? Salute. Salute. Shout out to everyone that's on the pull up, man. Good to see y'all. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this. We are going to talk about this because, again, we have the quote unquote sisterhood, right? On the attack again. And I'm not mad at them. You know, I think it's quite funny. I don't take it serious, but it's definitely something to point out because what's up, Ahmad? What's going on? Right? It's funny how first Megan was a victim. Meg's a victim, right? First Meg's a victim. Meg's a victim, right? First Meg's a victim. Now Nicki's a victim. What's going on here? So now Nicki's a victim. So now it's rumored that Nicki's getting a divorce, which I really don't care. But it is a good point to make. It's a great point of reference because I think a lot of y'all forgot who Kenneth Petty is, who she married. And this is why this has to be a part of the Spiritual Tax series. This is episode 6, agreements, contracts, and open doors. Agreements, contracts, and open doors. When you get married, right? First, it's a covenant between you, that person, and God. That's the covenant, right? That's a spiritual contract. But the actual legal contract, the physical contract, is a actual contract with paperwork, right? So you have Nicki who decided to marry a guy like Kenneth Petty. Ask yourselves, why would she marry a guy like that? Why, why would she marry a dude like that? Why didn't she marry Meek Mill? Let's, you know, for conversation's sake. Why didn't she marry Meek Mill? Why she ain't marry Meek? What made her marry? Number one, she married a jailbird. That's number one. He's a career criminal. She married a career criminal. Kenneth Petty is a career criminal. Why would a woman as successful as Nicki, according to the sisterhood now, according to the sisterhood, with all of her success, why would she go and marry a career criminal? Because y'all acting like Nicki's a victim. And my thing is, what do y'all expect? She married a career criminal. She didn't marry a man with a job. She didn't marry a man with a career. She married a career criminal. She didn't marry a man who committed crime at one point in his life, because he was poor and he was trying to get some money. No, she married a career criminal. Or he committed crime his entire life up until he met her. Up until he met Nicki Minaj, he was a criminal. So my question to the sisterhood and to you women out here, what makes you think that's a good man to deal with? To ever engage with on any level? What makes you think that a career criminal is somebody you should be engaged with? What attracts you to criminals? Career criminals. What attracts you to that? This is what I want to know. With all the femicide rates, with all the Black women who are being unalived, why would you subject yourself to a career criminal? This is what I want to know. I need some answers. Y'all are very educated. Y'all go to school. Y'all got the most careers. Why is this woman subjecting herself and putting everything that she have accumulated in life in jeopardy to be with a man? This is what I want to know. Because according to y'all ain't doing that. But some of you women on the highest level is doing it. Y'all not just doing it on a low level. Y'all doing it on some of the highest levels. Some of the most successful women are dealing with bottom of the barrel men, not broke men, not underachieving men. Y'all are dealing with the scum of the earth. Why? Kenneth Petty is the scum of the earth. Why are you dealing with him, Nicki? Why do women like Nicki Minaj like to deal with scum of the earth men? See, us guys, I would be considered a bum according to y'all, right? right? Why do the women who look at guys like me a bum, but deal with men who are beneath me? Let's make that make sense. Only thing on Kenneth Petty's resume is crime. He never had a job. This nigga never had a regular job in his life. He has nothing on his resume but correctional facilities. This is Nicki Minaj's husband. See, y'all women gotta stop lying. On the highest levels of women, y'all deal with the bums, the monsters of the earth, the lowlives, the imbeciles. This man has nothing on his resume but correctional facilities. Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj husband. All you women who are acting like Nicki's a victim, is your husband a career criminal? Are you married to a rapist? See, this is why I call him the scum of the earth. He's a rapist. He's on the sex registry. This is her husband, Kenneth Petty. She married this nigga. And y'all are having conversations about a rapist cheating on his wife? Listen to how that sound. That don't even sound right. He cheating on her. The nigga's a rapist. What the? How does a rapist have a relationship? How do he get to get a woman and be in a relationship? What ladies, listen to this. Come on now. Y'all in school, right? Y'all smart, right? Make this make sense to me. What makes you think a rapist could be in a normal relationship? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna calm down and say it again. What makes you think a rapist can be in a regular relationship, let alone a marriage? You think a rapist could be monogamous? A rapist could be faithful? Y'all in school, right? Y'all smart. We got all the degrees. Please make that make sense. Y'all are expecting a man who's been convicted and went to jail for this. He ain't just been accused of the R word. He did time for it. Went to jail, pled guilty, went to jail, and did time for it. You think this nigga could be faithful to a woman? Ladies, he can be faithful? Why does he even have a woman? Why would any woman give Kenneth Petty the time of day? So, okay, here you go. When you go out with a man, you don't ask him about his arrest record, do you? See, this is y'all problem. See, y'all be trying to play like y'all victims. No, you're a volunteer. See, you want to know where a man work at. You want to know where he drive. You want to know if he live by himself. You want to know how much money he make in a year. But you ain't asking him his arrest record. You ain't asking what he ever been convicted for. Did you? Huh? Oh, yeah, that sounds unfamiliar. You don't ask what he ever been locked up for. Do you? He's so cute. Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of them type niggas, yeah. Yeah. That them cute niggas, that's what they like to do. They like to take it. Them cute niggas. Yeah, the niggas you think that won't have a problem getting none, a lot of them niggas take it. A lot of them niggas like to take coochie. Right, Kenneth? See, you women be coming on here trying to play. Oh my God, how can he do this? Oh, you forgot who this nigga is? This nigga a rapist. Y'all talking about faithful husband. Think about what y'all saying. So he's a rapist husband. So he's a faithful rapist. This is who Nicki Minaj spiritually attached herself to. She built a covenant with this man. She married him, built a spiritual covenant, and then had a baby by him to replicate the curse. You know who told her to do that? See, I can't even, it's not your fault, Nicki. You know who I'ma blame? I'ma blame Roman. It's a Roman. Get out of here, Roman. Can you leave Miss Onika Mirage alone? Roman the demon. Leave her, demon. Leave her alone, please. Because we know Onika did not decide with her functional brain to spiritually attach herself to Kenneth Petty. We know that you influenced that, Roman. Hey, Roman, we know you told her to do that. We're not going to blame Nicki, y'all. We're going to blame Roman. Roman did that, y'all. Hey, ladies, I'm sorry. It wasn't Nicki's fault. It's Roman. Okay, Keita? It's not Nicki's fault. It's Roman's fault. Roman did it. Let's blame the spirit, not the person. Roman did it. OG says that's why Nas hit and bounced. Word. See, I know that, OG. See, you know you one of them hip hop. You kind of like a hip hop insider. So I ain't know that. I ain't know she had a one night stand with Nas. Shout out to Bucket in the building. What's good, Bucket? Shout out to my man Zuma Duma in the building. What up, Zuma? Shout out to my guy Zuma. Yeah, I'm still alive, bro. I'm still alive, man. So why would she, right, create a covenant with this man? See, because this is Spiritual Tax Series, episode 6, agreements, contracts, and open doors. See, she made a spiritual agreement and a spiritual contract along with a legal and physical spiritual contract and agreement with a demon. Kenneth Petty is a demon. He's a rapist. Now, let's go a little deeper. See, I understand why Nicki may have grown in affection for a guy like Kenneth. Because, see, y'all got to remember, Nicki has a brother. Open doors. Open doors. Remember, Nicki has a brother who's a rapist. Remember this. Remember, her brother's in jail. Her brother's in prison for doing this to his own stepdaughter. Her brother. Open doors. So we know that this is a generational curse that's in Nicki's family, where women get with men who are predators. See, the women in Nicki's family are attracted to predators. See, Nicki doesn't understand this, but she's a part of that bloodline. It's in her blood. This is why she just replicated and reproduced with a man that's just like her brother. And I'm pretty sure her brother is not the first man in her bloodline to do what he did. It was other men before him. See, she doesn't know anything about generational curses. And how your bloodline can be cursed with certain things. This is why your family go through certain shit. These are curses. See, you don't know, but you may be attracted to a curse, and you thinking you attracted to the man. You ain't attracted to the man. You attracted to the curse that's in him. See, he may not even know it's a curse in him. See, that's the thing. See, that's what Nicki's actually attracted to. The demon that's controlling Kenneth. That's what she's attracted to, because that's what she's used to. Open doors. It started in her family. The trauma is the open door. It started in her family. So this is how she grew an attachment and an attraction to men who possess these traits. She also comes from a long line of women, right, who deal with these types of men. She also comes from that as well. Shout out to my brother Bucket. Appreciate the super chat, bro. He says, salute, salute. Salute, Bucket. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all support the show with a like and a share, man. The super chat is open. The donation links are going across the screen. Punchy says, I feel sorry for the baby born into this. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, this is why it's important that you know who you are, and you know exactly who you having a child by. You see? That's very important, man, because you can be continuing the generational curses that's been passed down to you. You can be passing them down to your children. Or you can be starting it over, starting the cycle all the way over again. See, this stuff is important, y'all. This is why, truthfully, we only supposed to have sex with one person. And that's men and women. That's not just for women. That's for men and women. If we was to follow God's word and do it the correct way, we all would only have one partner our whole entire life. We all would only just have one partner. And now I'm starting to understand the significance of it. I can't go back and do it all over again. But now I understand the significance of it. Now I understand why it's important that I teach my son it. It's because as let's just talk about it from the man's standpoint. Fellas, let's use Solomon as an example. He took on all these different women that brought what into his life? Chaos. A lot of times, fellas, our minds and our focus isn't clear because all the shit that we got going on up here. You see? And a lot of times, let's be honest, fellas, when we was younger, a lot of times it's because we was thinking about women, thinking about females, or thinking about the females that we dealing with, or thinking about something that we have to do for them that they're dealing with. See, now I understand the significance of having one partner. Because when you dealing with people, you dealing with them and all that comes with them. So that's their curses and their gifts. That's their gifts and their curses. Now, fellas, think about all the women that done brought a bunch of turmoil in your life. How many women did it? And then add up the years that you was with each of those women. And think about if you didn't deal with none of those women, what you could have been doing for those years. Just think about that, fellas. Over a 10, 15 year span, you probably dealt with 3 or 4 crazy, demented, demonic females that just had your life upside down. Your life was upside down for 15 years. And it was different women. Could you imagine if they wasn't around them 15 years? That would have been 15 years of productivity. Think about that, fellas. Think about that, ladies. You ain't jumping from man to man to man, jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship. 10, 15 years done went by. How many dudes you done had in the last 10, 15 years? How many dudes you done entertained? Think about this, ladies. How many dudes you done entertained in the past 10 years of your life? How many? How many of them you done gave access to you? And they ain't do nothing but waste your time. You wasted 15 years. Could you imagine where you could have been? How you could have been feeling about yourself? How you could have been looking, baby girl? What you could have been driving? What your bank account could have been looking like? If you wasn't sitting around for 15 years chasing a fake image of happiness, knowing you wasn't happy with yourself, but you kept trying to find it in a man, not knowing that happiness is a fleeting emotion. But see, a lot of us don't understand that that's a curse too. Sitting around being stressed out in relationships for years. A lot of us come from a long line of people who go through that type of shit too. But just imagine. Just imagine if you just dealt with one person. You know how much more we could get done? Let's just be honest with ourselves. How you doing, E. Nicole? Benjamin Brown in the building. Good day, my brother. Salute to you, man. Glad to have you back, bro. I appreciate it, man. It's great to be back, man. Let's just be honest. But see, with this Nicki Minaj thing, she doesn't even know that she comes from a long line of women who deal with the type of men that she deal with. So it's going to always be a divorce. Because either you're going to stay there and let him torture you and torment you, or you're going to get a divorce. See, Nicki don't understand this. She made a spiritual contract. She made a covenant with this man. And she's binded through him through a physical contract. So now, Kenneth might want some alimony. If this divorce thing is real. But on the spiritual side of this, and this is why I think the divorce might be real, is you can tell that Nicki's not happy with him. Look at this dude. This dude got this woman. This woman is an A-list celebrity. He got her throwing up gang signs. You see how horrible this man is for this woman? Career criminal. Look at him. Look at his face. You could tell he's been in jail his whole life. And look at the doja behind him. He's a doja. Look at this nigga. Look at his face. This is the face of a career criminal nigga. He ain't done nothing all his life but commit crime since he was a little boy. This nigga he corrupting her. He has corrupted her. Look, got her throwing up gang signs. She an A-list celebrity. He has an A-list celebrity throwing up gang signs. That's disgusting. Why isn't the sisterhood speaking out against this? Where's the sisterhood at? You want to talk about him cheating and all that other shit? No, talk about what's important. How Nicki was never supposed to be with him because the caliber of man he is. He worse than any nigga that work at Walmart. Nicki was better off being with a broke nigga than being with a rapist. See, y'all be focused on all the wrong shit because y'all don't want to be called out for what's right in y'all face. Sisterhood. See, what's right in our face is the fact that she married a man that has a rape charge. That's right in our face. See, we don't care about no cheating because you shouldn't expect a man like that to be faithful. You shouldn't even expect him to. You shouldn't even be with him. I don't even understand how she felt comfortable having sex with him. See, this is why this is episode 6, Open Doors. This is why Open Doors is a part of this episode. Open doors. That open door is what made her feel comfortable having sex with him. See, a woman who doesn't have that door open spiritually, they will never even feel comfortable around him because they know what he's capable of. How did she ever get so relaxed around him to take her clothes off? See, I'm going to talk about We're going to have a whole nother conversation over here. How did she feel? You women always say it's a man's job to make you feel safe. When do you ever feel safe with a rapist, ladies? In the presence of a man that you know that has been convicted of the crime rape, when do you ever feel comfortable around him as a woman? Men don't feel comfortable around other men with them charges. Other men don't even be in those men presence. How do you feel comfortable as a woman? As a woman. How you get so comfortable with him? You took your clothes off and gave him your body numerous times until you got pregnant. How is this done if you are not spiritually attached to something that's in that man? How do you continue to give a man your body that you know objectifies women? A rapist objectifies you. How do you keep giving your body to that, Nicki? And how does the sisterhood sit around and don't speak on this? See, why y'all don't speak on the psychosis? You always want to make a psychosis and diagnose a black man for some shit. How about you diagnose Nicki? What is Nicki diagnosis? For marrying and having a child and starting a family with a man who's been convicted of rape and did time for it. And it wasn't made up. It wasn't he say, she say. It wasn't she lied. No, he's a rapist. Okay? So now make it make sense. Sisterhood. Make it make sense, please. Shout out to my brother Seth's son in the building. Peace, my brother. Seth's son says, word, I'm not even comfortable around males who hit females. You see that? That's a real man. Real dudes don't even hang out with dudes like that. You beating on your girl and you objectify women. Certain men don't even hang around those types of dudes. We don't even hang around them. We don't even associate with them. So how the hell you grow all of this attraction to this weird nigga? Nicki. And then the sisterhood okayed it. I thought y'all was done with street niggas. Sisterhood. I thought y'all was on to the Russell Westbrooks of, I mean, what's his name? The Russell Wilsons of the world. I thought y'all was on to them niggas. You know, the Klay Thompsons, the Russell Wilsons. But one of y'all head honchos in the sisterhood, she's still dealing with street niggas. She's still dealing with not just street niggas, jail niggas. That's a jail nigga. See, it's so many strikes. Y'all done struck out already. Kenneth is not just a criminal, a career criminal. He's a current active gang member and street nigga. And this nigga like 50 years old, throwing up gang signs. This nigga's like 50 years. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Look. You know what a nigga with a face like this, he's in his late 40s, early 50s. Look at his skin. Look at the skin on his hands. See, that's the skin of an aging man. This that jail nigga skin. You see that? That's jail nigga skin. See that face? Jail nigga face. He been frowning since he was 7 years old. He been an angry, mad jail kid. Look at him. This nigga ain't done nothing his whole life but go to jail and be mad at people. Look at this nigga. Got her throwing up gang signs. This nigga's a low life. And you rape people? So Nicki Minaj like whole demons. She's a demon lover. Roman. Can we blame Roman, y'all? I'm gonna make a poll. Should we blame Nicki? Put a 1 in the chat if we should blame Nicki. Put a 2 in the chat if we should blame Roman. Is this Nicki's fault or Roman's fault? Shout out to the OG Elisino in the building. Should we blame Nicki or Roman? Is this Roman's fault or Nicki's fault? Put 1 for Nicki, put 2 for Roman. Should we blame the person or should we blame the spirit? For peace and peace for all. Salute. Salute. With a name like that, and you coming in here talking like that. See that? Hey, Kari Weather, how you doing? She opened that door in a new generation by starting a family with a convicted gang member, a boy who never matured. Absolutely, Kari Weather. Kari Werther, shout out to you. I appreciate your support. Absolutely. She just continued the cycle. She just continued the cycle. Shout out to the OG Daryl. Yeah, that's that jail skin. OG said, blame it on the skin. Gemini says, I say both. Blame Nicki, huh? Warren says, blame Nicki. Bridget says, blame Nicki. Bucket says, blame Nicki. Keita says, blame Nicki and the spirit. Sonny says, blame Nicki and the spirit. Ritter says, blame the spirit. Shout out to Africa in the building. Salute. Shout out to Africa. Gemini says, nasty work. Punchy says, blame Nicki. Full focus in the building. Yeah, look at his face, bro. He got the face of one of them niggas that been mad since he was 7 years old. You know them kids you grew up with on the block. He come outside like this every day with his shirt off. You know the little boy who he been musty since he was 6. He come outside musty at 6 years old like this. He got muscles, mad, wanting to fight everybody. He come in the playground like this. That's Kenneth. That's Kenneth Petty. Walking around mad his whole life because he was poor. Wanting to fight. He want to show everybody in the park he could beat everybody up. So it make him feel better about being poor and dumb. That's him. Poor dumb kid. Walking around mad, wanting to show everybody he tough. Poor dumb retarded kid who just need help. Ewok. Still throwing up gang signs at 50. That's how you know. That's how you know he has a psychosis. It's how you know. This is how you know. But let's get off Nicki for a minute. Let's give Nicki a break because I want to show y'all this too. We're going to give Nicki a break real quick. We're going to get back on Nicki. All right? I wanted to show y'all this. Check this out, y'all. When I saw this, I said, oh, yeah. It's getting serious out here, man. It's getting serious, man. It's getting bad out here, y'all. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Check this out.
Me in a way where I've made myself feel so small. And this all started years ago because
sex work ruined me. Look, sex work ruined me. Listen, y'all.
I became popular on Twitter and I went viral for my twerk videos, but then I would make my silly little videos every now and then. And then once I got so heavily into sex work, anytime I would post a non-twerk video, people would be in the comments saying, "Shut up, bitch, and shake ass. Nobody cares about what you're talking about. Nobody cares what you have going on." So for years, I shut up and shook ass. I didn't do anything else, right? Then around 2023-ish, I was like, you know what? I actually want to do more than shake ass. Let me get back to making my silly little videos. Let me get back to doing this. That was cool for a while. Then the comments came back like, "Bitch, shut up. Like, we only want to see you twerk. We only want to see you clap. We don't want to see you do nothing else." So I went back to doing that, and that was cool. That was fine. But now I'm back at a point in my life where I want to do more than just clap and shake ass. Like, I have a lot of things to say. There's a lot of things that I want to do. And the only person stopping me is myself. I have to learn how to ignore negative comments. There are going to be people who don't want to see me do anything else but shake ass. But the thing about that is, I'm shaking ass on so many platforms. If that's truly what you desire, why not just go to those places? Why are you so upset that I'm trying to do something different? You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just tired of limiting myself. And I wake up every day wanting to be better. But then I end up doing nothing because I start overthinking, because I'm like, I've let all these people for years make me feel like I can't do anything else, and I know that's not true. Sex work ruined me in a way.
Spiritual tax. Spiritual tax. See, what a lot of these women, because she's not the only ex-sex worker that's coming on social media and speaking about this. What a lot of these sex workers fail to say, and they do it on purpose, is they forget to say that they sign contracts. See, these women don't understand that they are spiritually binded to a lust demon. They signed up and signed contracts, right, to sell not just their body, but parts of their soul to take care of themselves here on earth. That is what sex work is. That's the nature of sex work. You spiritually sign up and physically bind yourself in a contract to be objectified, to be humiliated, to be disrespected, all for financial gain. This is what y'all signed up for. This is what you did when you signed to participate in that corn. This is what happens when you sign up for OnlyFans. You are spiritually binded to this stuff. And what a lot of these people are finding out is years after, they can't get away from the lifestyle because the lifestyle has been taking care of them. See, because if you notice in the video, she didn't say, well, stop sending me money. If you notice in the video, she's not saying that she wants to stop doing sex work and stop making money off of it. No, she's not saying that. She's not denouncing the profession or the spirit attached to it, because she still wants to profit off of it. So sex work didn't ruin your life. You're complaining because people only want to see from you what they pay to see from you. All these years you've been on the internet, this is what people has paid to see you do. You have never built a customer base where you were selling them anything else. So if sex work ruined your life, you should denounce sex work. She's not denouncing it. She's tired of people telling her all she can do is sex work. And that should be her notification or the identifier that the only way she's going to move past it is if she denounces it. You have to break the contract. You have to break the contract. You have to disagree. And part of the disagreement is accepting payment. I'm going to say that again. Part of breaking the contract and disagreeing is not accepting the payments. So you got to go take all your content off OnlyFans and all these other little sex sites that you're getting paid monthly subscription money from. You got to cut all of that off if sex work ruined your life. If you want to be recognized for something else, if you trying to promote something else, go take all your sex content down and stop making money from it. Because if you still want to make money from it, that means you're still in agreement. To all you people who still think, well, why she still can't make money? She can. But then that means she's still in agreement. And if you're still in agreement, that means you're still in contract. That means you're still in contract. And why would you want to make money off of something that ruined your life? Again, open doors. Open doors. Why would you want to make money off of something that ruined your life? See, that's a person that could be diagnosed right there. That's a psychosis. You want to make money and profit off of something that ruined your life? How do you, okay. What benefit you think is going to come from that? If, okay, you're making money off of something that ruined your life, right? At what point does it benefit you? At what point does it benefit you? It never does. At what point do you feel fulfilled? Never. This is why you're tuned into the Spiritual Tax series. This is why I decided to name this series Spiritual Tax. Because we have to stop participating in things that is taxing us spiritually. No matter what the reward may be. It's not good to drink, even though the reward at that time may be good for you. You may need to relax. So you go get you a little beer. That doesn't mean it was a good decision. See? Because if you continue to use that over time, now you're building a habit and a level of dependency on it. It's the same thing with smoking. You start out smoking weed to relax. Now you always need to relax. Come on. It's a spirit in this stuff. It's spirits attached to this stuff. And a lot of times what draw us to these vices, why you think they're called vices or devices? Notice device, vices. Notice how your devices have become your vices. Because for some of y'all vices are y'all devices. Yeah, you may not drink or smoke, but you on your goddamn phone all day. You calm down when you get to scrolling. See, you don't need a blunt, you need to scroll. You don't need a beer, you need to see what's going on the book. You need to see what happened. Right? Yeah. That calms you down. That's your blunt. That's your beer. Right? There's spirits behind all this stuff, man. Why you think it's agreements? When you get your new device, you gotta agree. There's a bunch of agreements. Check this box. Electric signature for this. Agreements. Contracts. Yeah. You don't even know when you be checking them boxes and just agreeing to stuff. You don't even know that you agreeing for them to send pornography to your phone. Yeah. They send you those little ads with the girls with the swimsuits on late night. They send the ad to your phone. Next thing you know, you want X videos. Spiritual tax. And the open door was when you was a little boy and you used to go in the store and see the Playboy magazines. Who remember that? Fellas, you remember that? Hey, Miss L'Oreal. Shout out to my top lovely lady mod in here today. Hey, Miss L'Oreal, good to see you. Shout out to you. Who remember that, fellas? See, I'm from New York, so you know we had newsstands growing up. We had newsstands, like we had newsstands on the street, and we also had them in train stations. This is the first time I saw a Playboy magazine. Walking past, about to get on the train, look right up. Oh. Photographic memory. Bing. What'd you say, Zuma? My bad, bro. Shout out to my brother Zuma Duma, man. My brother Zuma says, I'm 7 months into my relationship. I saw you peep the ish on IG. And you right. I've had so many W's since leaving the streets. Shout out to my brother Zuma Duma, man. It's my guy, man. Salute to you, my brother. Continue on. Much blessings to you, bro. For real, man. You left the demons alone, bro. That's why it's more light in your life. You left that stuff behind you, man, where it needs to be. He said, I remember Players Magazine. Bucket says, I remember DS1 in the plastic. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's the open door. The open door. We talking about open doors, which leads to agreements, which leads to contracts. So when you hear these ex-sex workers on the internet crying wolf, they're not telling the whole story. See, the reason why you feel like it ruined your life is because it did, because you signed a contract. to be on video, to be on DVDs. That stuff still lives. And you still haven't denounced the lifestyle of a sex worker because you still want to receive the money. So you're still binded contractually, spiritually. You are still spiritually binded. This woman is still spiritually binded because she still wants the money. See, if it ruined your life, you wouldn't take the money from it. You will totally walk away from the lifestyle, like a lot of women have. A lot of women have totally walking away from sex life and totally changed their life. That can be done. But you got to leave the money behind. It's just like the streets. You heard what my brother Zuma just said in his super chat? He said he has had more W's in his life since he left the streets. You got to leave the money too. You can't just leave the guns, the drugs, the women. No, you got to leave the money. You got to leave the money. Because for a lot of us, that's why we got into what we got into. For money. That's why we start hustling. That's why we start robbing. That's why we start scamming. That's why we got into sex work for money, to get out of poverty. But what has that done to your spirit? It has made you spiritually impoverished. This is why no matter how much money you get, it seems like it doesn't even matter. And this is what we're finding out about the rappers. This is what we're finding out about actors. All of these people. Spiritual tax. They're being taxed spiritually. And the tax spiritually weighs heavier. It weighs heavier. You see? It weighs heavier, man. Zuma says it will corrupt you. Yes, it will. It will. Now, check this out, y'all. Now, when I found this out, this was crazy. When I found this article, I said, oh nah, this is getting out of hand. Direct demon work. Direct demon work. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. This is why y'all ever heard of the BBL demon? The BBL demon? Look at this, y'all. I done found out why. These goddamn women is going through what they're going through with these BBLs. Business Insider. Corporate types are clamoring for a new kind of plastic surgery using dead people's fat. So they're putting dead fat in y'all women's behinds, y'all. Look at this. This is from last year. Well, a few months ago. In his plush Upper East Side office earlier this year, Dr. Shazin, I guess he's some Indian guy, was at work on a patient's breast, applying a local anesthesia, making an incision, ensuring the final result sat just right. Oh, come on. Let me read the article. Through it all, his patient, an executive had her AirPods in. Oh, y'all not gonna let me read the article? Yeah, they're not gonna let me read the whole article, y'all. They're not gonna let me read the whole article. But basically, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. They're injecting dead people fat and giving y'all BBLs. They're giving y'all BBLs with dead people fat. If that's not witchcraft, what do you call it? If that's not witchcraft, what do you call it? That's pure witchcraft. Pure witchcraft. That's being done on women. They're putting dead people fat in y'all body. And you wonder why, what's this girl named K. Michelle? You wonder why she going through all the medical conditions she's going through. Because they probably put dead people fat in her, along with a bunch of chemicals and all types of other stuff. Love yourselves. And if a man don't love you because you love yourself, then that ain't the man you need to be dealing with anyway. Any man telling you to go under the knife and get some enhancements, don't deal with him. Because this is what's going on, y'all. This is what they're injecting y'all with now. Hey, Brownie, absolutely. It's already a deadly surgery. But now we just found out that they injecting women with dead people fat. They taking fat from dead people and putting it in y'all women's behinds. That's exactly what it is, Zuma. Necromancy. This is demon work. Dead people fat in y'all body. How you doing, Sierra? Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Joseph White says it's all in the Ethiopian Bible. Yep. No wonder they get sick. Absolutely, L'Oreal. That's exactly why they get sick. That's exactly why. It's a ritual. It's beyond diabolical. And a lot of women don't even know about this stuff. They don't even know. They don't know. And it's corporate. So these are not the cheap BBLs. These are not the BBLs you could get when you get your taxes back. This is from Business Insider. This is corporate. They're doing this on the corporate level. Not going to DR and going and sitting in the Comfort Inn and getting your BBL. No. This is being done on the corporate level. Corporate. Kari says, disgusting. All you have to do is work the glute, deadlifts, and squats. What's up, Taylor? How you doing? Worse than Mexico. Shout out to Ant in the building. What up, Ant? Salute. She said it's real cheap in Mexico. Making money off of stupidity mess. Come on, man. Playing with people's life, man. It's the devil. Straight devil work. agreements, contracts, and open doors. Now, we got one more video we're going to get into before we wrap up today's show. And I definitely wanted to talk about this. And let's get into it. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Brownie says to get that surgery just to be lusted, it's already a ritual and demonic. Exactly. Exactly. That's a great point. Great point, Brownie. To get all of that surgery just to be lusted and to have a bunch of sex is demonic in itself. You going to get your body done just so more men could want to sleep with you. That's demonic in itself. Great point, Brownie. That's a great point. You going to get your body done just so more men could want to have sex with you. The more men that want to have sex with you, that makes you feel validated. That makes you feel validated. That's a demon in itself. You don't even know a demon is operating through you right there. Great point. Tay says all those body types don't exist. That's why they have to get surgery. I'm sorry, but not everyone is meant to have a fat ass. It's genetics. Facts. Facts. Why do you think most of these women look like demons? Because that's what happens in the demon realm. They call them aliens or the Anunnaki. Those ain't nothing but demons. Witchcraft. It's demons, man. Body altering, mind altering, all come from the devil. That's why when these women who go get their body done, the older they get, they start looking like demons. That look at their nails. Them long nails look like claws. Demon claws. Beast. Demons. Telling y'all, man. Check this out.
I'm truly scared for my life. He waited until I was pregnant to make threats. He waited until I was pregnant to text my phone about taking my streaming network down. Lemoire Plummer, I'm not saying nothing that is not truth. Everything that I'm saying is truth. You are a predator. You get men and women to beat up people and you pay them. You're a mobster. You're a mobster. You're a predator and you go against women. You go against women that you think are by themselves and that are not going to protect themselves and that are not going to speak up for themselves. Right now, I'm pregnant. I'm 39 years old. I'm pregnant with the first kid of my husband. And you choose to wait till I'm pregnant to say anything to me about my streaming app. You're sending threats to my phone. You have people calling my phone, making threats to my phone, and I'm fear for my life. You're making threats to my phone, Lemoire Plummer. I fear for my life. Everybody in Seuss Network and all the cast members in Seuss Network knows that you pay people to beat up your cast members. They know that you pay people to make your cast members bloody and to harass them and to control their narrative. You're $1 billion man. You are so upset that I started my own little streaming app. That you saying I'm being defamatory towards you. It's not defamation when I'm speaking the truth.
Now, y'all all know who that is, right? And shout out to everyone if you're just coming in the building. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone that's in the vertical feed. Shout out to everyone that's in the building who are here through both streams. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't yet. Double tap your screens. Also, share the show, y'all. Share the show, support the show. The PayPal is going across the screen as well as the Venmo at Sheep Stay Sleep TV if you would like to financially support the show. Now, what y'all just saw was Jocelyn Hernandez. Now, we all know Jocelyn. We all remember Jocelyn. You know, the spicy girl from Love and Hip Hop, her and Stevie. We all remember Jocelyn and Stevie, right? Now, I'm going to say, and I'm going to be, I'm going to be honest. I feel bad for Jocelyn right now because Jocelyn is pregnant. I feel bad about what she's going through right now because she's pregnant. She's a pregnant woman. And she shouldn't have to be dealing with no levels of stress on any level when a woman is pregnant. So I'm totally against that. But what I understand is I understand contracts. I understand agreements. And I understand open doors. See, I understand spiritual tax. See, Jocelyn is being spiritually taxed for all the things that she's done for the past however many years we've been watching her on television. Jocelyn has done some evil things. She has been a part of a lot of evil things. Again, I'm not saying what's happening to her is right. Again, she's pregnant. But when you sign contracts, when you make agreements, you got to pay the piper. See, what Jocelyn is going through with Lemmy is similar to the things she went through when she was trying to leave Stevie, Mr. Stevie J. We can't forget that. See, nobody's ever going to make it easy for Jocelyn to leave them, because when Jocelyn comes around these guys, she comes around on bended knee. She comes around begging and pleading to be saved. She signs her name on dotted lines. She makes agreements. She signs up for this shit. Now, again, we know that Jocelyn has had a troubled childhood. Her troubled childhood, which was the open door, led her into addiction. See, a lot of y'all don't know, but all those years that Jocelyn was with Stevie J, she was on cocaine. Did y'all know that? All them years she was on Love and Hip Hop with Stevie J, she was high off cocaine. All those years. She was a coke addict. She was a cokehead. On TV. National star on television. Straight cokehead. She's actually one of the women that kept Love and Hip Hop on television. Jocelyn. Jocelyn did this shit. She signed a contract with Stevie and Mona Scott Young. All them years she was on coke. She signed a contract. Contracts and agreements. The open door was her traumatic childhood, which led her to live in a lifestyle of addiction. Years later, she ran into a guy like Stevie J. Because most of them women who's living that type of life, getting high, running the street, stripping, living that type of life, they looking for somebody to come and rescue them, to take them away from that life. But usually that guy takes them deeper into the life. This is what happened when she met Stevie J. So she went further into the abyss. She went deeper down the rabbit hole. Because Stevie liked cocaine too. You know, Stevie's a baby Diddy. Yeah, we found that out too. That Stevie's a baby Diddy. So she dealing with a baby Diddy for 10, 15 years of her life. Then when she finally got away from him, she runs into Lemuel Plummer. She runs into Lemuel Plummer. Zeus Network. Zeus, Greek god. Greek. Zeus, Greek. Demons. Lemuel Plummer. Another narcissistic homosexual. Demon. Baby Diddy. Little Lemmy. He's a baby Diddy. Little Lemmy. Yeah. Little Lemmy. Little Diddy. So Jocelyn, I feel bad for you because you pregnant right now. But you got to forget what you signed up for, baby girl. Because along with signing up with the devil, you don't just get the money. You get the torment. You get the embarrassment. You get the humiliation. You get all, that's what all that come with all that money, Jocelyn. You know that, Jocelyn. You've been through this shit already with Stevie. You know what comes along with that network money. Years of torment. You know that already. But you went and signed up again. You went back to the devil, Jocelyn. Because you can't get away from that money. This is why they say the love of money is the root of all evil. And shout out to my brother Freezy. He broke this down on his show last night. Shout out to my brother Freezy. On Freezy's show, he was breaking down how his wife broke down and went deeper and broke down the concept of money being the root of all evil. and how she broke it down, she was saying that the beginning of all evil in life starts with the love of money. All the other evils proceed after your love for money. I said, oh my God. And Freezy said that blew his mind. When he said it, it blew my mind. I said, oh, that was cool. Oh, because that's the truth. Because that's the truth. Because most of the people in that goddamn industry signed those contracts and agreed to what they agreed to because of the love of money. Because they come from poverty. You grow an infatuation with money when you poor. Let me say that again. You grow an infatuation with money when you're poor. When you grow up poor, you grow an infatuation with money. You wake up thinking about money. You go to bed thinking about money. And everything else surrounding your life, money. That is the beginning of all other evil. That's why that porn star we was just looking at on the video, she won't denounce sex work. She won't denounce it. Because she won't denounce the money. That's why after Jocelyn left Stevie, she went and got with Lemmy and signed another contract. See, what you don't understand, Jocelyn, is the devil don't let you off that easy. See, the devil ain't God. See, God give you free will. You owe the devil. See, the devil ain't gonna let you off easy. You got free will with God. God gave you free will. No, you owe the devil. You in debt with the devil. So yeah, he gonna torment you. Yeah, he gonna stalk you. That's the devil. You forgot you made a deal with him? You forgot you made an agreement with him? You forgot all those disclosures you signed? Jocelyn? No, you can't have your own network. You got to work for me. You been loved working for the devil. Now you want to work for yourself? No, come here. Let me show you. Let me remind you of who you are, Jocelyn. See, this is what the devil do to you. Let me remind you of what you signed. You forgot. No, you still owe. See, that's all Lemmy's doing. You forgot what you signed up for? You forgot you said you was down? Spiritual tax, man. This was episode 6. Agreements, contracts, and open doors, man. How you doing, Redbone? Jim says, it's not about the money. The moment you sign that dotted line, that's it. No, it's about the money for the person who signs, not for the person who issues the contract. For the person who issues the contract, it's not about money. You're absolutely right. For the person who issues the contract, it's about control. It's about dominance. But for the person who signs the contract, it's usually about money. Elisino says, money is an interesting tool. It can either build or destroy. That's why it prefaces the love of money, not money, the love of it. Because if you love it, it'll destroy you. If you use it as a tool, it can build for you. But once you start falling in love with it, building an attachment to it, letting that be the head of your life, that's when it begins to destroy you. And it destroys you slowly. It breaks you down. It breaks you down. Right, he a soul collector. The Greater Flamingo says, I pray you are able to find a job and contribute to society. Thank you. Thank you, the Great Flamingo. Appreciate it. Cynical says, Delilah collecting the coins after betraying Samson. Gemini says, I respect money, as you should. Should respect any tool. I respect hammers, screwdrivers. I respect what it does, what it can do. You know? But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up today. This is episode 6 of the Spiritual Tax series. Make sure you catch all the episodes. One of my lovely lady mods, can you please do me a favor and drop the link to yesterday's show? How you doing, Deborah? You might have to catch the playback. We getting ready to wrap it up. Good day to you. Great to see you. Blessings to you as well. Shout out to Miss Deborah Temple. Tay-Tay says, what you said, Tay-Tay? That girl Lemmy impregnated, she looks soulless. Yeah. You know it. You know it. Thank you, L'Oreal. OG says, all my homies thought I was weird because I always said I don't love money. Shout out to the OG, man. Jim says, let me say this. One must be careful with the kind of friends they keep. I was almost initiated into the Marine Kingdom when I was in high school. Great point. That's a great point, Jim. Because a lot of people get into this stuff not knowing, hanging around the wrong people. That's a fact. That's a fact. And as you can see, this is what happens to people that is a part of the industry. They get passed around. And they don't just get passed around in terms of being passed around sexually. They also get passed around throughout the business. If you notice, some of these people done been on every goddamn reality show. They get passed around the industry. They get passed around where they at. So they going from contract to contract, from contract to contract, from spiritual agreement to agreement to agreement. And each of those people who they're spiritually attached to and in agreement with, it comes with different terms and stipulations. And this is why you find out that these people lives really be in turmoil and they be going through hell. Outside of us seeing the nice cars, the nice homes, and the nice clothes, and the nice places they go on vacations to. Outside of that, we find out that these people lives, they're in living hell. And what I found out, the reason why they be living in hell is because they're binded spiritually. Because they done signed contracts. They done made agreements. This is why they losing their mind, going crazy. This is why they need drugs to cope. Because you're dealing with the demons from different contracts. This is why, y'all. So this was episode 6. Make sure y'all stay tuned tomorrow for episode 7. Y'all stay tuned. We will have another great show tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. If you are here through the vertical feed, make sure you double tap your screens on the way out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Share the show on the way out. If you enjoyed the show, don't hesitate to support the show financially. Hit me up on PayPal at Sheep Stay Sleep TV or at Sheep Stay Sleep TV on Venmo. If you have financially supported the show, thank you very much. Shout out to everyone who hit the super chat. Shout out to everyone who hit the like button. Don't forget to get down in my comment section. Get down in my comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. We will be back with this series. We will be closing out this series at the end of this week. So y'all stay tuned, man. All right. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to my lovely lady mods and my top lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down. As usual, thank y'all so much. Welcome to all the new supporters. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.